I'm all good. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the Town of Pownell Select Board Meeting, regular meeting, September 8th, 2022 at 6 PM. Call to order. Angie,
Angie.
go ahead. Start us.
Angie Rawling.
Harry Percy.
Bob Jarvis.
Brian Harris.
Mike Gardner. Approval of the agenda, public comment, approval of minutes of August 25th, minutes of September 1st, special select board meeting, warrants, reapprove payroll of August 19th, reapprove payroll August 26th, reapprove accounts payable August 26th, reapprove accounts payable New Town Hall August 27th, reapprove accounts payable PV1 upgrade August 20th, payroll for September 2nd, payroll for September 9th, accounts payable September 2nd, accounts payable New Town Hall September 3rd, accounts payable September 9th, accounts payable PV1 upgrade September 10th. We're gonna add correspondence for a grant. We're gonna strike the town clerk election authority clarification and announcement. So we're gonna remove that. The town office space community use, number 8. The old town hall building, driveway apron paving follow-up. Old business, we're going to add an executive for contractual, 11A. And 12 will be public comment and adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Changes.
Second.
Any questions, comments? All those in favor, Angie,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Brian,
Aye.
Mike, aye. I'd like to open up public comment.
Andy, go ahead.
All right, approval of minutes of August 25th, 2022 select board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Corrections? All those in favor?
Aye.
Oh, we gotta do it
Angie.
individually. Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Brian,
Aye.
Mike, aye. Minutes of September 1st, special select board meeting.
So moved.
Second it.
Any questions, corrections? All those in favor, Angie,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Brian,
Aye.
Mike, aye. September 1st, special select board meeting.
So moved.
Second it.
Any questions, corrections?
That is not the normal echo.
Aye.
Jamie,
Catamount TV.
Aye.
Brian, aye, Mike,
It
aye.
is, it's Catamount Access. They need to mute themselves.
Catamount, please mute yourself. Thank you.
6 warrants, reapprove August 19th, $12,228.70.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, Angie,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Brian,
Aye.
Mike, aye. Before we go any further with these, Tara, you want to explain, especially the payroll ones? Because you researched that out.
Yep, so, some of them we need to reapprove because the wrong amounts were stated at the last meeting. So you approved the wrong amounts on the warrants. And then a couple of them, the payroll specifically needed to be changed because we had someone that claimed holiday pay, but their rate was 0, so it didn't pay them their holiday pay, so we had to adjust that. So that's why you're reapproving.
And then can you give us clarification on, because we had 3 of the board members in the one, and you researched that out, just so that people understand, because we're reapproving it as a board again,
Yeah.
please.
So the one that 3 board members were in, they are signing for each other. So Brian is signing for Mike, Mike is signing for Jamie, Jamie can sign for Brian.
Okay. So we shouldn't abstain. We just,
Right, you are,
When we have multiple board members in, I still think when there's only one, when we have a situation like we had where we couldn't have signed warrants and approved them because there was 3 of us in there,
right.
we are totally legal to do that in that situation.
Okay.
And I just want to make sure everyone out there knows that, and they're very clear on that. I still think when only one of us is in there, we should abstain from it.
Okay.
But I think when we need to, in a situation like that, I just want our viewers and our,
And Angie and Bob were not on it, so they're signing sort of for all of you.
right. So we were totally within our rights.
Very good.
Okay.
Reapprove payroll for August 26th in the amount of $11,463.50.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, Angie,
Aye.
Jamie. Aye. Bob,
Aye.
Brian,
Aye.
Mike, aye. Approve accounts payable August 26th for $44,622.55.
So moved.
Second it.
All those in favor, Angie,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Brian,
Aye.
Mike, aye. Reapprove accounts payable New Town Hall, August 27th, $4,021.71.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, Angie,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Brian,
Aye.
Mike, aye. Accounts payable PV1 upgrade August 20th, 2022, 22/18/18.
So moved.
Second it.
All those in favor, Angie,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Brian,
Aye.
Mike, aye. Payroll September 2nd, 2022, $11,620 or $11,600.20, sorry.
So moved.
Second it.
All those in favor,
Aye.
Angie,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Brian.
Aye.
That's not, I'm in that one, right? Abstain. I think that was one. Payroll September 9th, 2022, $11,519.09.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, Angie,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Brian.
Aye.
Accounts payable September 2nd, $182,296.03.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, Angie,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Brian,
Aye.
Mike, aye. Accounts payable for the new town hall, $659.71.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, Angie,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Brian,
Aye.
Mike, aye. Accounts payable September 9th, $30,321.54.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, Angie,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Brian,
Aye.
Mike, aye. Accounts payable PV1 upgrade September 10th, $90,449.80.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, Angie,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Brian,
Aye.
Mike, aye. Before we go to correspondence, because that,
September 9th.
no, because of the, PV1 upgrade is in this budget. I just want to give a quick synopsis, if it's all right with you guys. We just had a sewer commission meeting with, Darcy, and, that project is, right on target, budget wise. And, that should, hopefully everything's going the way it is. We should have that project up, that pump station up and running third week in September. So great job by our wastewater treatment workers. And they've done, Darcy and her crew have done an outstanding job. They did a bunch of work themselves, and we are right on budget, right on it. So, I just want to give a quick update. Nice job. Correspondence.
Okay, so I don't think we're gonna read, it's not an actual letter that we have in front of us, but we had a request to submit a letter of support or backing for a private company in town who purchased the moccasin shop, and they are applying for a community and economic development grant. It's a matching grant of up to 25,000. It will not cost the town anything. again, it's something a private business has taken the effort to go and seek out. And they're just looking for the select board to say, that they support them in their venture.
I say move ahead with it and send a letter.
Yeah. Do we need a motion for that or just,
I make a motion that you send a letter of support to BCRC.
second it?
Any discussion, questions? All those in favor, Angie,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Brian,
Aye.
abstained. Town office space, community use.
Okay, so we have had some questions come up or arise of different agencies possibly using our space, different community groups, the Swinging Seniors being one of them. They currently use the space at the firehouse and they would like to come over here if they can. But they aren't the only ones. We've had, the library needed like an impromptu use the space really quick and like an emergency basis that one day because blacktopping was happening and it was sort of unplanned for them. And it worked out really nice. It was really great to have them here. But as a select board, I was just looking to see what you guys think the use of the space might look like, because if I remember correctly, when the building was suggested being this size, it was always, I remember hearing as like just a citizen that it would be used for other uses as well, like public use or maybe event space and things like that. So we hadn't talked about that yet, so I just wanted to see what your perspective is on it.
Anybody have any feelings on it? I know that from my standpoint, I'd like to hear from Brian, Jamie and Bob, because that was part of
Yeah.
the board you guys were on.
The part of that, and correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen, but part of that thinking was because we were gonna have the old schoolhouse, that we were gonna have the meetings in there for all the different commissions and boards, town hall voting, possibly doing the town hall meetings there as opposed to the elementary school or any other impromptu meetings. And I think we did discuss opening it up for public use, but I don't think we'd put anything hard set in stone with that.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't, we discussed it, but we hadn't set
Yeah.
forth any, policy on it at that point.
Yeah, because I think we had decided, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Because at that point, we didn't know what the fire marshal was gonna allow for occupancy and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
And it's, of course, it's something that has to be very carefully done if we do that. Generally speaking, I think the municipal building should be used for municipal reasons, not for private use. Because once you open it up, now you let this organization do something private in there. Now you have to let some other organizations, and it's a can of worms that we may not want to go down. But if we do go down that path, we're going to need a pretty solid policy on what is and isn't permitted. And I think it's easier just to say it's for municipal use, and we can have some pretty creative municipal uses of it, but it's got to be something that is municipal.
Well, that, we don't want to interrupt the operations in this area.
Yeah, that's true too. You don't want it interrupting there, and of course you don't want scheduling conflicts. We already have scheduling conflicts between the select board and the planning commission and the DRB sometimes. So adding more uses, you could have more of that.
I think regardless of which way you go, I think we need a policy, not just that addresses that, but also the use of the space for employees as well. How much free reign do we sort of have in our offices as far as how many plants are we having? How many knickknacks are we having? I mean, how do we want the interior to look? Because there's certainly varying opinions between people here in the office. So if I put it to you guys, it takes some of the pressure off of me.
So are you looking for a policy?
I think we need one, yeah. Because otherwise, the space could become more, it depends what you want the space to look like. I don't really know. It's a municipal office building, it's not
I,
a home.
Exactly. And I think it should be kept clean and tidy and respectful of everybody.
so what I'd like to suggest, I'd like to suggest at least a couple things and we can talk about it from here. I think we should reach out to our insurance company. And ask our insurance company about, the swinging seniors, if they were to use a certain part of the space.
Okay.
You know, on a weekly basis, what would that look like for our insurance? And we can just use them for an example or, you know, similar organizations. And our insurance company may say, "I don't, absolutely not," or whatever, and it may be, so we may be having a moot point here, totally.
Yep.
Okay, I think that's probably the first place to start with that. I have reservations about opening this space up, but on the flip side, and I think Bob really touched on it, you can be pretty creative with municipal uses. And I'd like to see the space being used by residents and taxpayers of the town of Pownell. You know, I really, you know, they're paying for it. It's theirs. It's not ours.
Especially if it's a community-based function.
Right. So I think, you know, but the first thing I think is to strike out with the insurance company and see where we're at with them and what they say. Okay.
That's a good start.
Rebecca has her hand up too, should I?
Yeah, that's fine.
Rebecca, do you wanna?
Yeah, I was just gonna pipe in and say that I have a lot of work that I did on these questions way back in like 2021 that I can give to Tara. Like one thing I did was apply for a grant for that community space, which is the schoolhouse space, and talked about, we had a lot of proposed uses for it, community proposed uses. I had a conversation with our insurance guy. So a lot of that stuff is, Tara, I can just get with you this week and show you that application and talk about those conversations that we already had. And I can send it to all of you to refresh your memory, kind of some of the conversations we had about that space prior, if it's interesting to you.
Perfect.
Definitely.
It is, but now, just a quick question on that is, does that mean that we are somehow treating the space, the schoolhouse portion of the town hall, as something different than the town hall? I mean, it's all the town hall, whether it's the room you're sitting in now or the the schoolhouse.
Yes. Yes, it's all of the town hall, but it does have its own separate entrances and exits. And so one of the things that we did talk about when I applied for that community space grant was how that space could be used separately for things like what happened the other night when that school group needed to come in and didn't have anywhere to go. Or if, I think we even said things like if someone wanted to have a Tuesday morning yoga class in there, or, you know, because it's a big open space, and I was applying for money to get modular furniture that could be moved around to make the space different for whatever group was in there. And then we really, I do remember very much pitching using that part of the space for community involvement whenever possible. That doesn't mean that they should be able to also then have events like in your office, you know, or in the room you're sitting in right now.
No, I'm not as worried about, my concern is not so much about whether or not, it's about what is appropriate for a municipal space. And and as soon as you open it up to private, then, you know, then where do you draw the line on political? Like, you know, we have a Democrat or Republican meetings in there? Do you have, you know, and as soon as you start opening it up, you start opening it up to uses that a lot of people might not approve of.
Well, you can address that in policy for sure. You know, you can address, you guys can discuss but I did want to put back on the table that when we were discussing that space and I was trying to get money for it, that was the conversation around it, with that there would be some opening of that space to the community in some manner.
Well, it wasn't a commitment that it would be, it was a potential use, correct?
Yes. That was part of the discourse.
I think it's something worth researching now, and I think starting with our insurance company and seeing where Rebecca was, I think that's a great place to start, and I think it's a great idea, and we'll move forward with it. And either either in approving something or denying it. So we're gonna move forward one way or the other.
And also,
Well,
I think,
we'll move forward. I think the right way to say that, well, the way I would say that, not that that was the wrong way to say that, is whatever uses we decide will go into the policy. We are deciding to move
That's true.
forward with a policy for use. And we'll hash out what those uses are.
Right.
and maybe in that policy or even a separate policy, we have an office.
Well, I want to address that one separate.
Okay.
Right.
I think, well, to address your concerns about the individual offices within the building, whether it's Hannah's or yours or treasurer's or whatever, it doesn't really matter. Including Julie's space, whatever.
Even the kitchen, I mean.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Whatever space we have here. I'd like to get 2 board members to come up with, some ideas on forming a policy, that we could adopt. And I think if 2 board members sat down and discussed back and forth what we thought was acceptable or not acceptable in an office, and they could probably sit down with Tara and Hannah. Maybe we sit down with everybody who's in the building right now,
Yeah.
not to limit it individually, and then maybe as a group.
And Angie, you were, your area of expertise was daily office management, so if you should join us with that.
All right.
And maybe we only need 1 board member. I don't know. I was just thinking 2 board members have a little differing opinion and sit down. Maybe you sit down, 2 board members sit down with Tara, and then 2 board members sit down with Hannah, the same 2, and Julie and Ellen and so on and so forth. And then we build a policy from that research. And then it's not somebody's opinion really. It's kind of a really.
Joint.
And I can do some research and see what other municipalities do for their buildings.
That'd be great, yeah. 'Cause things like candle burners or, plants, is there a limit? Should we have them hanging? Should we have them?
A lot of municipalities don't allow incense just because people with allergies and that.
Right,
stuff.
Exactly, yeah, all that kind of stuff, just.
Right, and I think it's a great place to start is
For me, it's like
with
a-
meeting two board members. That way we don't have a quorum and we're not having a meeting. 2 board members sit down with each person who works in the office every day and then sit down with them as a group and come to a general consensus and build a policy from that.
I think as far as policy goes, it's probably a long shot, but we ought to check just the VLCT website to see if they've got a model policy.
Yeah.
The reason I say it's a long shot is usually it's more common type policies that they have. We've had this one for a while.
It might have an office policy.
Yep,
But worth checking.
okay, sounds good.
Anything else on town office space, Sarah? We good?
Oh, that was,
Old town hall building.
so I know I asked you guys about this a couple months back. And we did have some people come and look at mold, remediating the mold, and we got really varying estimates. But with the project that we're currently working on and the amount of money that's going into it, to me, I was like, it's going to cost a lot to do anything with that building. The problem is it's on the same lot as the church. And so we can't just put it up for sale. I don't know what the board's pleasure is as far as, do we want to move forward with having the mold remediation done, which is thousands, but then also the structural changes that would need to happen to keep the mold out? Or do we look into some sort of leasing options where people have the option to lease, but they would have to do the upgrades?
Usually your tenant the owner has to take and deem the building in a safe manner prior to leasing.
I thought the building was already safe and I thought some mold remediation was taken care of, and that's why we also had the air filter for our employees. I know a lot of this happened before I was on the board. But just what we were talking about the community space, if we can't do anything with the old town hall building, why couldn't we let people use that space? It's a big building.
That would be a good idea too, as long
That
as
way-
we deem it safe.
As long as we deem it safe, we have to keep the water on because that water supplies the fire department. And a lot of people might not know that, but that supplies the Pownell Center Fire Department. So we cannot shut the water off. So we have to keep the power on for the water. You're gonna have to keep the heat on somewhat so the water doesn't freeze. So I think maybe we should do what we can to make that where people can use it and let people use that as a community use and see if we can get some grants or whatever to improve the space. Or,
I like the grant idea, to be honest with you, because
right, I don't want to spend any more money.
no, I don't. But on the other hand, I don't wanna be the board that lets the building fall in.
Right, because the front of that is historical.
Yeah.
And I don't know
And
how
you
many.
still have a safe in there. There's 2 safes in there, correct?
And nobody, a lot of people don't know, but the marker, when you walk up to the back of the building in that walkway, there's
Is
a.
the center
there's-
of
That's right,
Center.
that's the geographical center of the town of Pownell.
That's right.
Okay, so there's a lot of variables that say we can't sell
Right. But I would not have a problem with letting the seniors use that weekly. Or, I know that we can't make money on it, but I think if somebody wants to use it, if they gave,
it. Well, if we
We can-
figure out what the expenses are and try to cover some of the expenses.
right, like a
That'd be-
donation of like, here's $50 to go towards the heat or $20 for the electricity or whatever.
So,
No, we could legally lease, the state leases out property.
But it goes into the
And it's-
budget on a certain line to cover
Right.
the electricity and the heat, right?
Right.
So I mean, I think that's something we could look into.
so I think what I'd like to do is let's research out in your spare time.
Well, it's just.
I know.
We need to.
I know.
Yeah, I mean,
because-
we paid all that
ball
money
rolling.
for the walkway and everything.
Right.
I mean, it's handicap accessible. It's a beautiful walkway.
It's not bad space, and.
We could have the maintenance man or whoever, because
That's exactly what I was gonna
she'll say
say.
shovel and whatever, because they do the church anyways.
That's right. Our new hire can make sure that it's opened up, for whatever group that's going in there. That can be part of his job, which is totally fine with me.
And it does have a
I don't know about you
bathroom.
guys,
Well,
but
it should be anyways, because if there's an emergency in there and we have to access it for the fire department or whatever.
Right.
so I'd like to research out to see if there's some grants to take care of upgrades to the building. And, to make it a community center, so to speak, it might kill 2 birds with 1 stone, so to speak.
Yep.
We cover some of our costs, some of the town's cost on maintenance of the building by letting some groups in there. But it also maintains the building and keeps it functional and operational.
Right.
And it gives community groups a space to, access for their functions.
And even like having 2 meetings or 3 meetings the same night
Yeah.
for us,
Yeah.
our, members and stuff, maybe they could use it if they have to, instead of jogging every different night or whatever.
Right.
I think I do want to be clear on this though, because I want to get back to your point, Bob. I think if we were to open that building for community use, I still think we have to have that policy.
Oh,
and we have to
absolutely.
be-
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. That's precisely what I was going to say. And also not only with that policy, it also alleviates the need to use the town hall. So I think if those
Right.
extra uses would be the other building, and then it would have to adhere to the policy. And then, but we could use it as overflow if we had multiple.
Exactly. I mean, if we're gonna have to keep it, because we can't do anything with it, we're gonna have to maintain it, why don't we let people use it?
Yeah.
And we can add it into a policy similar to what we have on the green. We have a policy on the use of the green.
Right.
And we can take a lot of the information from there and
Right.
utilize it in there.
I just think, I just want to be clear, there's not gonna be a willy-nilly
Right, no.
type of building that, anybody can come in there and do what they wanna,
Right.
so
Right.
basically, I just wanted to be clear on that. At least my opinion is that's what it should be.
Yep, I agree.
So if you could look into that, some grant applications, maybe see what we can do.
Okay.
Perfect.
Or if Rebecca's out there listening.
Yeah, she is.
She also can, because she does such a great job, Rebecca.
Driveway apron paving follow-up.
So basically, I think Roland is still waiting for an answer. We did try to get some prices, but, like I think I explained in the email previously, it's tricky to get cost comparisons. Like, they can tell us what they will charge per ton right now, but we don't really know how much we would actually need. And then the prices that we would get for town prices would be based on next year. And that's always based on how much we're paving, because it's a large project and that, so the pricing is really hard to research out. And I'm still getting the same opinion from Joel, our road foreman, that we should not pave those two driveways. Driveway and parking area, I think is what it was, the two aprons.
I agree. I had, that I wanted to make a motion tonight not to, pave the driveway apron since he was the one that put the grass there, and that we should follow the recommendation of our road foreman. And we don't want to set a precedent. If we say, okay, we pave it, who's going to say other people, like, well, mine didn't get paved, mine didn't get paved.
5 years ago.
5 years ago, 6 years ago, whatever.
Yeah.
I respect him and I'm sorry for the circumstances, but I think we really should go with our road foreman recommendation and not pave it.
Are you making that motion?
I'm making that motion.
Okay. That's
All
fine.
right, and then I'll reluctantly second that motion. But I agree with everything you said, Angie, and I'm glad you said we respect the guy. He really was willing to work with us, but it sets a dangerous precedent. And
It
that's
does.
where we have to be pretty careful.
Any more discussion on that? I mean, you guys know what I said. I went there, I met with Joel and the individual. I thought there was a pretty viable solution offered that day.
Right.
With the pavers on site. So, I don't know why it didn't come to fruition. I couldn't stay there. But there's a motion on the floor. There's a second. Any more discussion on it? Any questions?
Just the only last thing I'll say about it is I know it's going to be years and years down the road, but the next time we're up there, we need to make sure we hit that driveway.
Yeah. And I think that's a good point. I also think that, if by some chance our road crew's doing some paving somewhere and on their own and they have some blacktop left over, maybe they could take it up there to the property and put it into the apron.
I don't have a problem with that, but I just want to make a point that the grass is there now.
Oh, it is. I haven't been back up.
Yes,
Okay.
and so he hasn't removed it or anything, so I don't think it's fair that our road crew
No,
has to take
no,
out the grass and then put pavement there.
I didn't know that. So that's a
Yes.
good point, Angie. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, but if,
Any more discussion?
Sorry, since we brought up the grass, I think the only thing is if we're ever going to be up there again, we need to let them know that we'll be up on such and such a date so that he has an opportunity to get rid of the grass because he needs it right now for drainage.
Right.
right,
He can't remove it now in anticipation something might happen.
right, that's why I'm pointing that out, that there's
Okay.
grass there and that we shouldn't pay
To remove
our
the
town
grass.
workers to remove it.
I agree.
That means we need to give them heads up.
Right.
Right, okay,
Motion on the floor in a second. All those in favor, Angie,
aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Brian. Aye. Mike, aye. Old business.
Okay, I just have a few things.
A few,
A few,
one would be good.
no, few. Old business, the ordinance of the solid waste ordinance.
Yes, so we are not required to have a public hearing, but we are going to schedule one. And I am thinking about doing it before the next select board meeting, but I need to just look at the calendar and if that gives it enough time. Technically, it would go into effect the 26th, sorry, if we don't have any petitions filed. But we were gonna do a public hearing just as an educational, informative type.
The 26th of September?
That's when-
It's effective.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you were thinking of a,
22nd,
you were thinking of a hearing on the 22nd?
yeah. Like maybe at 5 PM, like do 5 to 6 and then have the select board meeting. Does that make sense?
That's fine with me.
For other people's opinions before I,
Yeah, that's fine with me.
That's
I
fine
don't know
with
if we
me
have
as
enough. Bob, you might have a trouble making a 5 o'clock, public hearing on the 22nd.
I will probably have trouble making that. If I do make it, I'll be just like this Zoom.
Right.
Yeah, I can't make a 5 o'clock.
we could
5:30 was hard enough as it is.
Wednesday. Does Wednesday help or no? It makes it worse.
I coach Wednesdays.
Yeah. It's gonna be tricky.
Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays.
I think we just set a date and
Yeah, and I think
the
I'm gonna
three of us
invite
could be
the other
here.
boards as well. I was gonna invite, the DRB and planning also because they were involved too, so
Yep.
we will have, enough people, I'll have good.
Is there a DRB meeting scheduled for, because they meet Wednesdays, right?
They're not scheduled that 21st, no. They're-
So let's schedule a public hearing on the 21st at 6 PM for the ordinance.
The 21st, not the
Yep,
22nd?
Yep, Wednesday, the 21st at 6 PM. That's a little easier for people to make the 6.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
all right,
First, awesome.
All right, and then I just wanted to point out that, I don't know if people have noticed, but there's signs up on Route 7 that say that there's a $500 penalty charge for throwing trash on the road. Just wanted to point that out, that we are working on it and there are signs up now. I had a person call me about a permit for log trucks on Darkwoods Road. How does one check if somebody has a permit or not?
Do you mean the excess weight permit?
Yes, an excess weight
You
permit.
could call me and check. I have.
So they have to have the number or the name of the
Name of the company.
company.
Yeah.
the reason for the biggest reason for the excess weight permits is, we have their insurance on file. They have to have X number of dollars of insurance. And so if a company comes in and tears a road to pieces, we can go back on their insurance company. That's the biggest reason for an excess weight permit.
And that's only what, $15, $10?
Yeah.
It's very reasonable,
I think it's like
right?
$25 for a fleet, okay?
So I really would hope that people are applying for their permits.
Me as well. And they can either contact me or Joel.
Okay,
We both have that.
because there's been a couple complaints
Okay.
to me. The trail cams, have they been put up?
So they are with Leonard because we were going to attempt to use them to help locate goats, sheep. I'm not sure. They were
Sheep, okay.
sheep, sorry, to locate sheep. And there was some trouble setting them up, so we were waiting for him to bring them back so we can, fix them.
Okay.
Okay. The pine tree from Greater Heights, have we
I have,
contacted him at all?
I have,
Because it's already the middle of September.
I have talked to him.
Okay,
And I don't think they're gonna like this, but he wants to, he doesn't plant in the fall, he plants in the spring. But he said we could mount a tree out there, put a tree up somehow and still do a holiday tree. So that is my plan. Figure out how to get a tree out there for this winter. Because I know we really want the tree.
And that's fine. We can anchor, we
Yeah,
can figure that out.
yeah, we can mount a tree.
That's right.
as long as we have a tree.
That's right.
We
Even if we dig a
promise.
hole, no,
I will
absolutely.
have a tree.
So
I promise I will help you. Keep
Okay,
your promise.
okay. And then my last thing,
let me know, I'll help you locate a tree.
Awesome.
Okay.
and I promise this is my last thing. open house of the town office. Are we gonna wait until the schoolhouse is completed?
I think that'd be the right thing.
And so,
That's what I was
and when
planning
is
for.
that supposedly gonna be
The
completed?
windows will not be here until November. So that's, I mean, the siding and all of that is waiting for the windows to arrive.
Okay,
Wouldn't it be nice if we could have a tree lighting
and an open
house at the same time?
Yes, that'd be lovely.
I'm not sure we can do that, but
Maybe.
See what we do.
Maybe,
Yeah.
that's a good
we
thing to
might,
shoot
we
for.
might not have the building, the space finished. But we sure could be close probably.
Okay,
That would be.
that would be
cool to
really
do at the
nice.
same time,
Yes.
actually.
That would be really cool.
I just don't want people to think that we're forgetting, because we're not forgetting.
No.
It's just taking a lot of time.
Everything takes a really long time.
The windows are killing us.
It is.
You know, and we knew that. Eric and I discussed that with Tara. We knew that going in, that windows were way out, so.
And that's all I have, I promise. Thank you.
So we will have a Christmas tree to light,
Yes,
okay? If we have to dig a hole and bury it and anchor it with ropes and whatever, we will have a tree out there.
okay.
One way or the other, I'll help you find a tree. I know there's some big ones.
Cool.
that are nice, really nice trees.
Okay, great. Thank you.
The only thing I got to add is I've had, probably 4 more people since the last meeting comment as far as the good job that Leonard's been doing on the animal control officer position. And just wanted to pass it along.
And I also talked to Leonard about having, not an open house, but he was waiting for the electricity and a couple other little things, where on a Saturday morning when the dump is open, that he has like a community thing where people can come look at it and bring a can of dog food or cat food, and we donate that stuff to Second Chance. So he is working on something like that, so the public can come look at it.
Maybe even a raffle where the winner can spend the night in one of the kennels.
There you go. Public comment?
Anything else on old business?
Oh, yeah, do.
Perfect. So that brings us to executive session for contractual. I need a motion to enter into executive session.
So move.
Second.
Second. Okay. We're good. We're okay, it's contractual.
It's been a long day.
Yeah, I know. All those in favor, Angie,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Brian,
Aye.
Mike, I'm not sure whether action will be taken after this or not, so.
Didn't you give me some?
I'll entertain a motion to come out of executive session.
So moved.
Second it.
Any discussion? No action will be taken. All those in favor, Angie,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Brian,
Aye.
Mike, aye. I'd like to open up public comment at this time.
Nobody else in there?
Nobody here.
Nobody there. So I will entertain a motion to adjourn at 6:55, Miss Mullen.
So move.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor, Angie,
Aye.
Jamie,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Brian.
Aye.
Well, thanks, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Good night. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.